In 1986, a young DOJ lawyer will write a draft memo that will introduce the end of the separation of powers forever. The memo argued that because a president ultimately signs a bill into law, he should have say or announce his POV on that law. Now, typically, a signing statement is written by Congress, and it's a guide for courts to use on how to interpret law. This seems fine and innocent until you see who wrote that memo and how it's been used. That young DOJ lawyer was Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito, and he was nominated to the Supreme Court by George Bush, who used this signing statement extensively. When signing a bill that would ban aggressive interrogations, he wrote in his signing statement that he could have the power to overwrite this law whenever he chooses because he is the unitary executive. Now, unitary executive theory simply states that the president is control of the whole government. He's got final say of it all. So he doesn't have to tell Congress anything, like in the Epstein files. He doesn't have to clear any actions with them, like in the Iran strikes. And he is in control of all federal agencies, like the mass firings. He is essentially the executive or CEO of the entire government. When you have Supreme Court okaying a gross misinterpretation of the Constitution like this, we find ourselves in a constitutional crisis. And this argument of unitary executive theory is the frontline argument Republicans are going to use on this battle. And if these front lines are going to be drawn and drafted by a young Federalist Society lawyer, what happens with this University of Florida law paper arguing the Constitution was written solely for white men?